Hey, Mark Potter, ShoreSportsMD.com, and we have got our Game of the Week this week. The Preston Ford Game of the Week, presented by Best Western Plus Easton and for all seasons, will be North Carolina at Kent Island. You can hear it on 94.3 WINX-FM and also at ForeverMidshore.com. We're going to preview that game. We're going to start with Coach McCormick from the North Carolina Bulldogs. And, Coach, a big win last week over North Hartford at North Hartford. You got to feel like this week you're feeling a little bit of energy off that game heading into Kent Island?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, last week was it was something different. We haven't played North Hartford. You know, I've been here 20-some years, and we haven't played them, so this was something different. We sold to the kids, look, it's a new opportunity. Get to ride on a bus for 2.5 hours up there. And so the kids had a good approach to it all week. We had a good week of practice. We got a nice win up there, and I think we're trying to keep that momentum going a little bit.
Now, heading back to Kent Island, you're very familiar with that opponent. The last time you were there, the game was really close. It was like 17-14 late in the third quarter, early in the fourth, and then the wheels fell off with penalties and what have you. How do you approach this game?
Same way we did before. You know, look, it was a close game last time up through three quarters. Things got away from us in the fourth quarter. But, you know, look, it's playoffs. You know, do the little things that allow you to have success, limit your mistakes. And compete. And, you know, we got to go in there with the right mindset. You know, we know it's going to be a tough game. Look, we know Kent Island's good. We're good, too. And we're going to go in there and fight and see what happens.
This has been a season where ups and downs. I mean, you've had some really good performances, and when you were struck with the injury bug, it wasn't so good. But it's also given you an opportunity to look at another quarterback as well. Will we see Bell under center or in the pistol or shotgun this week?
Absolutely. You know, look, he's a young kid. He's a sophomore quarterback. He's doing good things for us. You know, we should have gotten him on the field a little bit more earlier in the season. That's my fault. We didn't do that. But you know, the kid's coming around, and he'll be in a quarterback on Friday. You've
really taken advantage of this kid's talent, and you've gone to the air more. It's like Air McCormick, you know, of sorts. I mean, you're running the ball. I mean, you pounded out 244 yards with Owen Doyle on Friday night, but you've gone to the air more with this kid. And is that maybe a little tougher for a team to prepare for?
God, I hope so. You know, look, I don't know if throwing the ball 6 or 7 times a game is Aaron McCormick, but look, we're going to throw the ball a little bit more. You know, I think, you know, we base everything off of the run. We got to be able to run the ball, and our play action comes after that. So, hey, look, you know, we're excited. You know, it's going to be a good game Friday night, and hopefully the weather cooperates and it's not too nasty, but it should be a good time.
I think we'll be A-OK, Coach. We're looking forward to seeing it Friday night.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, guys.
The Bulldogs in Kent Island. We'll hear what Mike Bradley has to say with Coach Damian Ferragamo coming up.
All right, Mike Bradley on location for ShoreSportsMD.com at Overtime Live. We're in Stevensville at Kent Island High School. Head coach Damian Ferragamo joining us on a beautiful day here as we lead up to round 2 of Kent Island, North Carolina. Before we get to that in just a second, though, Coach, a commanding win here against C. Milton Wright from Harford County last week. Just talk to us a little bit about that game and what worked so well for you.
Well, we got a lot of good field position. Our defense really backed them up, so we got the ball in our own territory a bunch of times, and we're able to capitalize early and put it away early.
And a lot of success on the ground running the football, and then the defense again, Coach, coming through with flying colors.
Yeah, our defense, they scored a safety that game, and again, we got the ball inside of our 30-yard line. I'm not sure the exact number, but it was a handful of times. So the defense really carried the weight in that game.
You were coming off a week in which you didn't have the war on the shore against Queen Anne's. Were there any signs of rust, or did you guys hit the ground running? Were they so excited that they came out and gave it, or I shouldn't say gave it 100%, but played it their best from the jump street?
I think that finding out on Friday that we weren't playing that war on the shore against Queen Anne's helped us because we had a normal week of practice up until that point. Then there was a little bit of disappointment, and there wasn't a whole lot of time to feel sorry for ourselves because we had to prepare for a game, you know, that Monday. So there wasn't any rust.
What sticks out to you, North Carolina, Friday night, round 2? What sticks out to you from the first matchup as you go into the second matchup? What lessons were learned for you guys?
It's no new lessons. It's what they always are. They're a good physical team that runs the football. You know, they do what they do very well in that wing T, and we're going to have our hands full with their defense as well. A lot of tough physical football players.
You know, I noticed, Coach, you made sure that you had a balanced attack in that game to keep their defensive line honest because they were really getting after it. I remember in that matchup when we were here on the sidelines.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and it's you can go 1 year to the next with North Carolina. It's almost cookie cutter, you know. So they've always had those kids up front who not only get after the passer but stuff the run. They have a pretty good linebacker core as well. So we try to stay balanced. We have guys who can catch the football. We have guys who can run the football. Pretty good offensive line. So we try to get everybody involved.
I asked Coach Coleman about this last week. What's the biggest challenge in facing a conference team for a second time in a season?
It's just the fact that you give them the best scout team in the world. They've played you before, but it goes both ways. We've played them before as well. It's just being familiar with somebody. It's like in the NFL when you play conference opponents, you see each other so much, you're so familiar with each other. Nobody's tricking anybody on Friday night. The team that executes the best is going to win.
Coach, and you just mentioned execution. Is there one key or some area that we haven't thought about that's going to be also critical on Friday night for a victory?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's one thing. I mean, we're so dynamic. Both teams can run the ball. Both teams can throw the ball. North Carolina, they're not going to lay up the scoreboard throwing the ball, but they make big plays in the passing game. So they get the most bang for their buck when they throw the football. So I don't think there's one thing that you can really put your finger on. It's going to take execution from everybody.
Our Preston Ford Game of the Week on 94.3 WINX-FM, ForeverMidshore.com, and the Forever Radio app. Kent Island, North Carolina, round 2 here in Stevensville. Kickoff at 7 o'clock and pregame at 6:40. Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.